from Timmins, James Bay.
My question is to the Premier. Premier, has been 3.5 months since both Pat Sabera and Jerry Lougheed were caught on tape offering what the OPP and Elections Ontario was called a bribe to Andrew Olivier to get him not.
Order.
You finally, after a month of stalling, decided that you finally found time to meet with the Ontario Provincial Police, and that time is a month from now. Now, I'm not so sure anybody else in Ontario would be able to say, hold off OPP for 2 months, but you get the chance to do that. But my question is this: what has the Premier done to make sure to turn over all of the emails and documents to the OPP as part of this investigation? Have you given them all your emails and all your correspondence dealing with the Olivier situation?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to repeat what I said last week about the timing of the interview, and I will also repeat what I've said in this House many times, which is that the entire investigation is taking place outside of the legislature, not in this legislature. But the timing of my interview has been determined by the OPP and my legal counsel, Mr. Speaker. They've been working to find a mutually convenient date. They've also agreed that because there's an ongoing investigation, the dates and times of interviews will not be made public, Mr. Speaker. And this is a normal protocol in the context of an ongoing investigation. The OPP and my counsel have agreed on a date for my interview to be conducted before the end of April. And as I've said, my office and I will continue to cooperate fully with the OPP in that investigation that's taking place outside of this House.
Thank you. Supplementary.
My supplementary is back to the Premier. Premier, what's not ordinary is that if somebody comes and knocks at the door of any citizen in this province and the OPP says, I want to meet with you in part of an investigation to a crime, guess what? You don't get to put it off for a month. You don't get to say it's going to happen next month. You do it right away. But this Premier has decided, for some reason or other, she should be treated differently. We saw what happened to the OPPA. Those particular officers, when they became subject to an investigation themselves, decided to step aside. Why is it that you as the Premier feel that you're so above the law that you can push off for 2 months meeting with the OPP, and somebody who broke the law is able to keep their jobs in the name of Mr. Lougheed and Mrs. Sabera?
You know, Mr. Speaker, I really... Nothing could be farther from the truth in terms of my cooperation with the OPP. So I've been very clear that we've been working closely with the OPP. And in terms of in this House calling people criminals, I think it's beyond the pale, Mr. Speaker. I don't think it should happen, and I think that the member opposite should withdraw what he has said. But that is my opinion. I have been very clear. I'm working with the authorities and will continue to do so, Mr. Speaker.